How does a man who was once bullied in school, fired from his own company, and nearly bankrupt by 2008 become the richest human being in modern history worth over $300 billion? Is it genius? Luck? Or something much deeper, a combination of technology, timing, and an unrelenting obsession that reshaped capitalism itself? This is not just the story of Elon Musk, it's the story of how one man turned dreams into empires and how those empires reshaped industries, markets, and even the future of humanity. But beneath the headlines, there's a mystery. Because Elon Musk didn't just make money, he redefined what money is made for. Our story begins in Pretoria, South Africa in 1971. Elon Reeve Musk, a quiet, curious boy, spends hours reading science fiction and taking apart computers. At 12 years old, he creates a video game called Blaster and sells it for $500. It wasn't about the money, it was about the power to create something from nothing. Growing up in apartheid-era South Africa, Elon saw two realities. One of control and limitation, and another the world of imagination, where everything seemed possible. By his teens, he was obsessed with one goal: to escape South Africa, escape limits, and escape the idea that humans couldn't change the world. At 17, he leaves for Canada with a backpack, a few $100s, and a plan to get to America, the land where dreams and money move fast. It's the mid-1990s. The internet is exploding, a digital frontier where billionaires are born overnight. Elon arrives in Silicon Valley broke, unknown, but burning with ideas. He co-founds Zip2, a digital city guide. He sleeps in his office, showers at the YMCA, and cold emails newspapers to adopt his maps. 4 years later, Compaq buys Zip2 for $307 million. At 27, Elon walks away with $22 million, and he doesn't buy yachts or mansions. He buys risk. His next project? X.com, an online bank that would revolutionize how money moves. It merges with PayPal, a company built by other internet rebels including Peter Thiel and Max Levchin. In 2002, eBay buys PayPal for $1.5 billion. Elon's share, about $180 million. The PayPal mafia is born, and Musk, the restless visionary, is already thinking bigger. Most people after 2 exits would retire. But Elon Musk was haunted by 3 questions. Why haven't we colonized Mars? Why isn't the world running on clean energy? Why are cars still boring? Instead of waiting for answers, he decides to build them. He takes his entire fortune, $180 million, and splits it between 3 impossible bets: Tesla, SolarCity, SpaceX. And almost immediately everything starts going wrong. Tesla struggles to build its first cars, SpaceX rockets explode on launch, SolarCity drowns in debt. By 2008, Elon is nearly broke. His companies are on the edge of collapse and the world is in financial crisis. As Musk himself later said, "I thought I was going to die, I had to borrow money just to pay rent." But then, a miracle, or perhaps perfect timing. In 2008, NASA loses its space shuttle program. They need private companies to help launch cargo to space. SpaceX, despite multiple failures, finally succeeds with Falcon 1, its first successful launch. It earns a $1.6 billion contract with NASA. At the same time, the US government bails out the auto industry, and Tesla, backed by last-minute investors, survives long enough to deliver the Roadster. Within 2 years, both Tesla and SpaceX are still alive, but barely, and Elon Musk's public image begins to shift from crazy billionaire to visionary industrialist. Then something extraordinary happens. Tesla's Model S becomes a cultural icon, faster than a Ferrari, safer than a Volvo, and fully electric. SpaceX lands a rocket vertically, something NASA had never done. And for the first time in modern history, a private company is beating governments in the race to space. The 2010 S belonged to Elon Musk. Tesla goes public in 2010 and its stock begins to climb like a rocket. SpaceX delivers satellites, astronauts, and global internet. SolarCity merges into Tesla. And Elon begins talking about ideas that sound like science fiction: Hyperloop, Neuralink, the boring company, Mars. Each time people laugh, and then a few years later it works. Investors realize something important. Elon Musk doesn't just make products, he makes belief. People don't buy Tesla stock for what it is, they buy it for what it could become. And that belief, multiplied across millions, becomes wealth. By 2020, Tesla's valuation crosses $1 trillion. Musk's personal net worth surpasses Jeff Bezos. But wealth wasn't the only thing Musk gained. He gained influence over markets, media, and even governments. A single tweet from Elon Musk could move the price of Bitcoin, crash Dogecoin, send Tesla stock soaring or tumbling. He became a symbol of the new capitalism where attention equals value. Then came Twitter. In 2022, Musk bought the platform for $44 billion, promising free speech and transparency. But it also became a battleground, a reflection of his ego, power, and unpredictability. Still, one thing was clear. Musk had transformed from an entrepreneur into an ideological force. So how did he do it? How does someone turn ideas literally out of science fiction into trillion-dollar companies? The answer lies in systems thinking. Musk builds everything around first principles, not tradition. He asks, what are the fundamental truths of physics or economics, and how can we rebuild from there? That's why SpaceX reuses rockets, because he realized space launch costs could drop 100-fold if you stopped throwing rockets away. It's why Tesla vertically integrates everything from batteries to chips while competitors outsource. It's why Musk's companies share teams, engineers, and data, each feeding the other. To Musk, business is not about profit, it's about solving the biggest possible problem. Profit is just the proof that people care, but every empire creates shadows. Critics accuse Musk of manipulating markets, of over-promising and under-delivering, of exploiting workers, and of turning himself into a cult of personality. Tesla's stock crashes 70% in 2022, Twitter becomes chaotic under his rule, and questions rise. Is Elon Musk a genius or a gambler whose luck is running out? But history shows something consistent. Every time Musk is counted out, he comes back stronger. Elon Musk doesn't just play for money. He plays for history. His mission is not to be rich, it's to make humans a multiplanetary species. That's why he invests in rockets, AI, and energy, because they're all pieces of one master plan. As he said years ago, I'd like to die on Mars, just not on impact. Every company, Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, Starlink, builds toward that vision. And that's the paradox of Musk. He's both a capitalist and a dreamer, a man driven by numbers and by destiny. The story of Elon Musk mirrors every great industrial revolution. Like Rockefeller with oil, like Ford with cars, like Jobs with personal tech. Each one took an emerging technology and turned it into a new kind of empire. But Musk's empire is built not just on industry, but on belief. The belief that technology can save humanity and that one man can make the future bend his way. Whether that belief holds true, only time will tell. So how did Elon Musk become the world's richest man? Not by chasing money, but by chasing meaning, by risking everything again and again for ideas that seemed insane until they weren't. Yet the real question isn't how Musk got rich. It's whether the world he's building will make the rest of us richer in knowledge, opportunity, and possibility. Because every fortune eventually faces its reckoning, and every visionary must answer the question, what happens when your dream becomes too big for the world? Vision creates value. Risk builds legacy. Power comes from narrative. In the digital age, attention is currency, and Elon Musk mastered it. If you learned something new from this story, subscribe, because this is just one chapter in the series exploring the minds and empires that built modern wealth. Next time, we'll uncover the untold story of the companies that quietly control your future even more than Elon Musk. Because power doesn't just build rockets, it builds systems. And those systems run the world.